The pandemic has changed the conversation around driver safety, and Driving Dynamics has adapted its leading driver training programs to meet the times.
The conversation with our clients around, since this pandemic has changed a bit. All of our clients are focused on safety, about keeping their employers safe. Typically it's been focused on driver safety. Now in the last couple of months, it's been focused more on the COVID. Clients are still focused and understand the value of driver training and understand that even in today's world, there's still a lot of fatalities on the road today. Even though that folks are less road users out there, less mileage, there's still an increase in crash rates as well as severity of crashes. In fact, if you take a look at it, there's 40,000 folks dying every year on the road, millions of folks getting injured. Once we get through this pandemic, we think those numbers will come back. Our concern now is actually that it may increase with business pressures, both on corporations as well as individuals. People will be focused on doing that one more job or putting themselves in situations that they wouldn't otherwise have done. So they'll actually take more risk as opposed to less risk once we get through the pandemic. From our perspective, we've been working with those clients and we've identified various ways to continue the driver training, even in the COVID-19 environment, and actually try to address some of the challenges around the COVID-19. So what we're doing is actually a combination of using some new technologies as well as leveraging some existing technologies and tweaking that technologies to actually improve the training. So if you take a look at what we've historically done, we have classroom portions of the training as well as behind the wheel training. So on the classroom side, we've actually in the past have conducted that in a mobile classroom. We're actually taking those components out and making it into a virtual classroom, instructor-led, active engagement, active dialogue, doing polls, doing chats and so forth to keep them engaged. So we're actually replacing, again, the face-to-face with the classroom, actually with that virtual training. On the behind the wheel side is actually kind of interesting. We're actually leveraging some technology we've been using for 25 years. So when we actually do the training today, we're actually speaking with the students, actually with an FM transmitter. So we'll actually have an FM transmitter in that mobile classroom. Students will turn their radio to the proper station, and we're actually communicating that way. We're going to continue to use that. We're actually going to leverage that even more than we are today. We're going to tweak some of the drills to actually make sure that drivers are in an environment either in their own vehicle or away from the instructors. If there are situations where there needs to be some closer proximity, like in backing drills or whatever, we'll actually just, again, the driver rolls the window down, we'll be 6 feet away with masks and so forth. So we actually think the behind the wheel portion doesn't really change all that much and actually will continue to be as valuable as it's always been.